Hey, this is Money Mondays with Ash Cash, and today we are talking about your financial health.
Hey, it's Money Mondays. You have money questions? Ash has money answers. Every Monday, start that week off strong. Let's do this.
You're now tuned in to the financial motivator himself, Ash Cash, Mr. Mind Right, Money Right.
So welcome to Money Mondays with Ash Cash. This is part of the Be Empowered podcast series brought to you by Bank Mobile. I am excited. This is our first episode. This is going to be the podcast that you do not want to miss. All of your money questions, all of the financial topics that are important to you, live and direct every single Monday. But I'm going to keep it short. We're keeping it 10 minutes or less. So make sure you tune in. So today, as our first episode, we are giving you 6 ways to maintain your financial health because we are already at the first week of March. So we're in the 3rd month already in 2016. So we want to make sure that 2016 is your best year ever. So here's the 6 steps. 1, stretch your income. 2, go on a debt diet. 3, watch your credit fraud intake. 4, work out your emergency fund. 5, spring ahead to your future. And 6, train your funny bone. So step number 1, we're jumping right in. Step number 1 is stretch your income. The first step in creating and maintaining your financial health is definitely money management. If you're not managing your money right, if you're not budgeting, you are not going to be healthy financially. Your budget is your roadmap. It's showing you where you're going financially. It's helping you with the plan. It's telling you, listen, if you're not budgeting properly, how can you reach your financial goals? So you start by writing all of your income on one side of a blank sheet of paper, list all your expenses on the other side, subtract the total expenses from your total income. If you have a negative number, then Houston, we have a problem. That means you're spending above your means and need to decrease your expenses or increase your income. Those are the only ways that you can increase your bottom line. If the number is 0, you're just breaking even. If you have a positive number, you're spending below your means and you have a positive bottom line. And that's what we like. We like the positive bottom line. Step number 2 is go on a debt diet. In most cases, when you think about your physical health, if you work out every single day, but your eating habits are poor, then your physical health is not really going to be in the best shape either. The same goes for debt. If you're budgeting your expenses, but too much of that budget includes debt repayment, then you need to take a look at your debt management practices. Good financial health means using credit wisely and only when you really need to. It's important. You have to create a debt repayment strategy that will not only help you eliminate debt, but that will also help you limit its use. So this is how you start. You begin by listing all your debts from smallest to largest, then start repaying them, beginning with the smallest and working your way up. Some may argue that it's better to pay off debts with the highest interest rates first, but you'll have some small wins early on if you arrange them the way I just said. Psychologically, you know I'm Mr. Mind Right, Money Right. So psychologically, this will motivate you to keep going. This is what the finance world calls snowballing debt. So I want you to snowball debt. Once you have a good handle on your debt repayment strategy, it's important that you put your cards away in a place that will make it difficult for you to access them. Walking around with credit cards in your wallet is a disaster waiting to happen. I even suggest putting them in cold water and freezing them if you have to make it difficult for you to access them. But you only have to go that far if you know you don't have the discipline. But make sure you understand that debt should only be used in emergency cases or if you have good debt, which means that you're using the debt to acquire assets that will increase your bottom line. Other than that, stay away from it. Step number 3, watch your credit fraud intake. Once you begin to get your financial health in order, do not let all of your hard work go to waste. Technology is helping us advance from a business perspective, from a convenience perspective with our lives, but we have to make sure that this convenience doesn't cost us. Stay away from falling victim to collection agencies trying to have you pay for debt that's not yours, or, identity thieves that are attempting to defraud you. Just make sure that you're watching out for your credit fraud intake. Consider adding credit monitoring services to your credit report so you'll be in the know all the time of unauthorized usages, or even making sure that you're just checking your credit report often. If you go to creditkarma.com, they give you a free credit report. You don't have to sign up or anything. They actually give you the score as well. So make sure you're taking advantage of that to make sure that what's on your credit report is accurate. Step number 4, work out your emergency fund. Creating an emergency fund is perhaps the most important yet difficult thing to do. I know, I understand. A lot of us are living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of us are saying, listen, I can't even pay all of my bills on time. How am I going to create an emergency fund? But emergency fund is very, very important, because at the end of the day, if you're living paycheck to paycheck and for whatever reasons something happens and now you don't have any income coming in, how are you going to maintain your lifestyle? Begin to create the habit of building that emergency fund. So start by putting aside 10% of each paycheck if possible. Make sure you make it automatic. Either split your direct deposit between your checking and savings account, or have automatic deposits transferred from your checking account to your savings account by your bank. Either way, it is important to make it as easy as possible to save. If necessary, I would also suggest removing your savings account from your debit card to eliminate the temptations of being able to easily access your savings. Step number 5 of building good financial health is to spring ahead to your future. If you have children or other beneficiaries you want to protect, it's important to begin to thinking about the future. This includes taking out life insurance or homeowners, renters insurance to protect your family and assets, creating a retirement account, opening up a college savings plan if applicable. Start by researching the different types of insurance available, then compare the prices with the benefits. Also, it's a good idea to find out if your employer is offering a 401k or any other type of retirement account. If not, look into opening an individual retirement account, which is also an IRA, is what most people know it as. And then the last but not least is to train your funny bone. It is not possible to have great financial health without training your funny bone. This step has probably taken you by surprise, but if you're not having fun with your finances, you won't be successful maintaining it. So make sure that you're putting aside a portion of your income for guilt-free spending. You heard me correct. Make sure you put a portion of your income aside for guilt-free spending. Those who sacrifice too much while they're trying to maintain good financial health risk relapsing and spending everything they work hard to save. So make it a point to treat yourself occasionally, but within reason. So I'm not giving you a pass to splurge. I'm just saying that you have to make sure you're having fun. So here's a recap. Step number 1, stretch your income. That means to manage your money properly. You do this by budgeting your expenses and figuring out what your bottom line is. Step number 2, go on a debt diet by eliminating unnecessary debt, and you do this by snowballing your debt. Step 3, watch your credit fraud intake. Protect yourself against unauthorized usage of your credit. Take advantage of free credit reports from inaugural.com, and even you get free credit scores from creditkarma.com. Step number 4, work out your emergency fund by creating the habit of paying yourself first. Make it automatic and make it inconvenient. Step 5, spring ahead to your future by protecting your assets with insurance, planning for retirement, and if you have children, doing a 529 plan that's going to help them with their education. And last but not least, train your funny bone, which means have fun with your finances. Put aside money for guilt-free spending within reason. So congratulations on getting to this point. Now follow these 6 steps and you'll be well on your way to your best year yet. Keep staying focused, keep working toward maximizing your full potential, and keep improving your financial health. It may seem tough in the beginning, but eventually it will be worth it. I am Ash Cash. Make sure you tune in next week for Money Mondays with Ash Cash. If you have any questions, make sure you email me at ashcash@bankmobile.com. This has been Money Mondays with Ash Cash, part of the Be Empowered podcast series, brought to you by Bank Mobile, the first all-digital, fee-free bank in the country. Check us out, www.bankmobile.com. See you next week, same time, same place.
You're now